guys, welcome back to Baby Dolls and Little Girls. Today Jason is going to show us a few different ways that we can keep dolls clean and maintained. So I'll show you real quick. Jenna right here is missing some brown color in her hair, and if we turn her around she's missing quite a few spots of brown color, especially right here. Kind of sad. So I'll just show you all the different things we're gonna try and fix and do. Lily has a few scuff marks we're gonna try and clean off. She has a little pink marker spot there. Ruby Snow, as many of you know, has this red oil based paint on her arm. Same with Pumpkin, she has some on her hands. And then our cute Jasper right here is missing some hair color as well. When we did the slide video recently, Jenna rubbed off a lot of her upper lip. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's not even anymore. If you guys are looking to do similar things, be sure that you have a parent or guardian right next to you helping you with the painting and using the different chemicals on your dolls.
Hi everybody, Jason here. So we are gonna start by painting on their hair. So their skin won't get damaged too much, but their hair will, because the entire doll is made out of this colored plastic. So the hair, the eyes, the eyebrows, the lips, those are painted. And it's probably some kind of plastic paint. So we bought just these basic paints at Walmart, and it may not be exact, but it's gonna be super close, and it will definitely look better than these little scuff marks on the back. This is the paint wearing out, and then that's the skin color that you would see right there. We're going to pour in our little paint tray some browns, and we weren't sure which browns were the right colors, so we got a bunch of different ones. Those two look the same. Let's try this one. There we go, that looks like the right color. So we also bought these little tiny paint brushes. All this stuff we bought at Walmart, super cheap. I know we spend a lot of money on these dolls, so maintaining them is a very important part to keeping them looking really nice and good. So we just got a little bit of paint on the brush, and we're just gonna put just a little tiny bit of paint right there. It could probably be a little bit darker, but it's close. When it dries, it might look a little bit better too. Okay, so it definitely looked lighter when we put it on, but now that it's on there, this paint dries, I would say, within a minute or two. Not all the way dry, but dry enough to where you can see the original color, or the color that it's supposed to be. So this is pretty much an exact match. It looks so good. Up close, you will be able to tell that you painted it, but from 2 feet away, you won't be able to tell at all. I think it definitely looks good, and it's definitely a good way to keep these baby live dolls looking sharp. Okay, so for those that want to go out and buy this paint, it's at Walmart. It's called Brown Oxide, and it seems to be the perfect match. And his hair is the same as her hair. And so I think this is the basic brown that Baby Alive uses in their hair color. And this is the doll that would most likely you would see this on. The blondes, not so much, but the browns, it's definitely noticeable. So we're just gonna do the same exact thing, just like that. Once it's dry, it's gonna look really good. Just a little bit there. And you can see she's got a lot. We definitely have some other ways to make the dolls look good, so it's not just putting paint on. We got a couple chemicals we can show you how to clean them, and then a trick to get off the ones that are stained. So I'll have to show you that too. So just keep watching. But this doll needs quite a bit of paint on her head because she's been having some fun. Okay, so if you notice, there's a couple spots on the top of her head that aren't worn through. These are just scuff marks from the walls or just other things. This isn't burnt through, so this will clean up. And the best thing that we found is rubbing alcohol. And this is where you'll need an adult to help you with, because this stuff is very toxic. You don't want to get it on you or in your eyes or anything, so definitely have an adult help you with this part. But if you get a little bit of it on a paper towel or a rag and just rub it, it takes off the light scuffing. It doesn't damage the doll at all. It just cleans them up. Just like that. So, if you remember what she looked like before, we'll go around one more time just to show you everything. So, I think she looks pretty good. Okay, so this is Lily, and she has very similar stuff on her hair, on the back of her head. So a lot of this stuff is coming off. And this will save you a lot of headache trying to match paints, trying to get their hair colored the same exact color. So try rubbing alcohol first. So a lot of this it's cleaning up pretty good. It may not look like it in the camera, we hope it does, but it definitely does from our view. This right here is worn through. So we will have to put some paint on there. So that mark came off. And there's a couple on the front that we're gonna need some paint. So, as long as you get some paints that are pretty close, then it will definitely look better. So, we'll show you the ones that we bought. So this is called Ivory, and it's pretty close from the bottle. Pretty close to her hair color. So we'll go ahead and put that in our paint tray. Oh yeah, it's gonna look good. And it looks a little light at first, but just like the brown, I think once this is dry, you won't even notice. If anything, it may look a little bit like highlights in her hair. Put some there. Now these lighter colors are a little bit thinner, so you may have to apply 2 coats. This is the big one back here. Yeah, so this one is probably going to take 2 coats to cover up. So you could already see the difference. This one's drying pretty good. It only takes like a minute for it to dry to where you can put the second coat on. Okay, so this color is the color we originally tried to use, but after it dried it wasn't as yellow as we wanted it. So we went and got some yellow, and I just took 2 little dabs of that, mixed it in here, and then it was a little bit better. So this is the end result of the hair. So if you remember, there was a spot right there. It's now covered up. There's spots here covered up. and a couple right here in the front, so you basically can't even see them anymore. Okay, so this is Jenna, and if you remember, we just did her hair, but what we didn't do was her lips. And if you look real close, there's a little bit worn off. So we got this color, it's almost there. So I think we may put a little bit of white in this to dull it out, to put on her lips. So we're gonna put just a little bit right in there. And we're gonna get some white. Okay, I think this color's pretty close. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right on the edge of her lips. Okay, so I think that looks a lot better. It still needs time to dry, and once it does, I think it'll look a little bit more to the original color. So we'll give that a minute to dry. But yeah, the top of her lip is now there. Okay, so now that it's dry, it matches perfectly. So here's what we did, and then if you look, the identical baby, it looks very, very similar. Okay, so this final technique is a little crazy, and you may need some help, but as many of you know, this paint permanently is on her arm. We've tried rubbing alcohol, it won't clean it up. We've tried other chemicals and it just won't get it off. So the only way to get this off, and it's a little bit kind of crazy, to take some sandpaper and to sand it. Now this is 240 grit sandpaper. This you will need help with an adult, but we are gonna get this off right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand this, and then with this 240, it's gonna be a little bit rougher than her normal skin. And then the next sandpaper we're gonna use is 800. And then the next one we're gonna use is a scuff pad, and then we're gonna polish it, and then you won't even be able to tell that this was on here. The reason why we're gonna be able to do this is because all through this plastic, it's all this color. If it wasn't, just like their hair, we wouldn't be able to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand it. Now, I was doing this earlier by hand. This hand sander speeds it up quite a bit, so stay tuned and we'll watch this come right off. Okay, so we got it mostly sanded down. So I know this is absolutely crazy, but trust me, it's gonna work. So right now, as you can see, there's a different color to her arm. And that's because it's sanded down with 240 grit sandpaper. So now we're gonna jump up to 800 grit sandpaper. So this is a lot finer, and it's gonna take this rough and turn it into smooth. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sand this down for a while. It's gonna take a while for it to get smooth. But if you notice right here, there's hardly any red left. The paint that we put on her arm, it bled through and it went into the plastic, and this is pretty much the only way to get it out. So if you ever did anything like that, this is the technique to turn it back to normal. So when you sand, you want to go both ways. You want to go up and down, and you want to go left and right. Okay, so I just sanded it with the 800 grit, and now this is a scuff pad, and this is a little bit finer than an 800 grit sandpaper. This is more like maybe 1500. So I'm just gonna scuff up her arm. So it's just, the whole process is just making it smoother. Okay, so the last step is there's a couple different products you could use, but this one's called rubbing compound, and all these products I'm using, they're techniques that help you fix cars, but this is one that basically makes it shiny. It makes the rough scratches or just rough stuff, it makes it smooth again. So we're gonna put a little bit of that, there we go, a little bit of that on her arm, and we're gonna rub it in. Okay, so the last step is I'm gonna get this rag. Still wanna rub it in, but I'm also rubbing it off. Okay, almost done. This one was very hard. Very, very hard, but it's not perfect, but it looks a million times better. And everybody that's seen her with her red arm will definitely agree. So, there you go. Okay everybody, so that is a do-it-yourself doll maintenance and care. Let me know in the comments below if you like this video. Let me know if you really like what happened with her arm. And also I'm going to be doing a lot of do-it-yourself videos. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below and we'll make it happen. Thanks for watching.